Welcome to another exciting video. Join us as we share absolute mistakes that costed millions to the people. Don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Making mistakes is a part of human nature. Everyone makes mistakes, but after getting to know their expensive mishaps, you will certainly do everything very carefully, as they have costed a fortune and a lifetime of regret to these people. Number 10. The measurement mishap for French company. It is always advised to take decisions carefully. We don't know what caused the French company such haste that they ended up making an expensive mistake. In 2014, French company SNCF made a mistake that was going to cost them time and fortune. What went down was that they purchased trains that were too wide for the platforms. Apparently, the contractor didn't provide the right measurements for the platforms. This minor mishap costed them a huge fortune of 50 million euros. But there's even more. The platforms are more than 50 years old, and they proved to be narrow for the trains to be accommodates. So, it was planned to reconstruct the platforms to make the trains fit for the platforms. That required even larger sums to be accomplished. Expanding the 1,300 platforms was time-consuming, as it took more than 2 years. This mistake costed time and fortune. Number 9. Walkie-talkie building can melt your car. There's a building which can actually melt your car. Yes, you heard it right. Situated on the French Church Street in London, this building proved to be an engineering failure, as there were cases that it was actually melting people's cars. One such story is of Martin Lindsay, who parked his car by the building and went to the bank down the street. When he returned, he saw the unexpected. There was a photographer taking pictures of his car, and some people gathered around it. What happened was the rearview mirror and some parts of his car had melted due to the strong heat generated by the reflection from the glass panes of the building. Not only the developers had to pay Martin for the damages, but they also had to fix the problem, which cost them a large sum. They had to put extra funds for sun protection to prevent the damage to other people's property. Number 8. $39 for travel around the world. $39 is an incredible price to fly from Los Angeles to San Diego. No doubt people rushed to buy the tickets. This happened to Alitalia, the air company which offered such an amazing price. Turns out, it was just a mishap. This mistake was just because of the typo, because the actual price of the ticket was around $4,000. But the website offered the tickets just because of a typo. More than 2,000 people got the tickets before the company had fixed the error. But the company showed a generous thing, as they honored the passengers by giving them low-priced tickets. This costed them more than $8 million loss. See what harm a typo can do? Read carefully before you click the send button. Number 7. Superman mustache problem. Poor Henry Cavill was caught in an odd and undeniably funny controversy last year, which the internet dubbed as Justache League. What happened was Henry was done with the shooting of Justice League and had grew a mustache for his next project, Mission Impossible Fallout. Soon after he started for his new project, that production team realized some new scenes were to be added in Justice League. This turned out to be a hairy situation. Henry's role in Mission Impossible needed him to have a mustache, but Warner Brothers wanted him to be clean-shaved. This was a whole mess for the both production houses. This proved to be an expensive mistake for the team, as Warner Brothers has to pay more than $25 million to coordinate the reshooting of the film. Beside this, they also had to hire CGI crew to use visual effects to remove that mustache, which costed more than $3 million. Number 6. Excite could have bought Google. Excite made a mistake that the founders are still regretting to this date. But what is Excite, you may wonder? Let us tell you that it used to be a big thing back in the day. It was the second most used search engine in the world in 1999, while the first one being Yahoo. Excite came across a golden chance, but wasted the opportunity. What went down back in the day? Google was known as Backrub. It was a new promising competitor in the internet market. Excite was offered to buy Google for only $750,000, but they passed on the opportunity as Google insisted that their technology will replace Excite's. But they were not ready for that. They observed that the technology of Google was way more advanced than Excite's. The technology of Google was reliable, and it actually provided users with the right information very quickly, which will result in Excite losing most of their revenue. Little did they know that Google would turn out to be the largest search engine in the world, with recent estimates of more than $167 billion, while Excite's fate was that it was sold to Yahoo in 2004. Number 5. A swaying bridge. The bridge connecting both sides of River Thames was opened on June 10, 2000. The construction of the bridge cost more than £18.2 million to the government, but all the money went to waste as the bridge was eventually closed 3 days later. It was due to the swaying fixture. It is said that more than 160,000 people crossed the bridge during the week it was open. It was noticed by several pedestrians that the infrastructure was not right. It was then alarmed that there was rapid movement in the fixture of the bridge. The bridge popularity was said to be a major issue as more stepped along the path in unison. Obviously, it was the construction that made some mistakes. The bridge was then immediately closed amid concerns. It required more money to put on the bridge for the correction of the problem. The bridge did not open for more than 2 years. Number 4. Titanic sinking. Titanic ship was a Paragon, made in 1911. It was the largest passenger ship in history. Unfortunately, its fate also went down in history pages, but for horrible reasons. In 1912, he suffered the worst voyage as it hit an iceberg in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This led to the disapproval of its name, which was unsinkable on its very first voyage. Although the crew was warned of all the possible disasters on the way, they still wanted to go on the voyage and test the ship out. We know this wasn't a smart move. The ship hit a huge glacier in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which caused the overflow of water into the vessel. The result was the horrible sinking of the ship on April 14, 1912. This costed more than $8 million at the time. Besides this, it also resulted in the death of more than 1,500 people. Number 3. B-2 bomber. Boom! Another major expensive failure. Despite the jet having primary purpose of being stealth, its fate literally disapproved this statement. It's one of the most recognizable military vehicles, and yes, it costed a good fortune for its creation. Turns out the high price did not give the provide the better quality of the materials. This worth $1.4 million machine met with unexpected fate. On its first flight, the sensors caused several problems and gave altitude errors, which resulted in a terrible crash during takeoff. The major cause of the mishap was reported to be rain, which caused an error in the sensors. Although the pilot survived the accident by ejecting before the terrible crash, yet this is one of the most expensive military failures of all time. So, all the fortune spent on its creation was literally drowned in rain. Number 2. James Howell threw away Bitcoin. Only a few people were blessed with the foresight that cryptocurrency will be the next big thing in internet business, and James Howell was definitely not one of such people to be blessed with the foresight. He acquired 7,500 Bitcoins, which were worth little at the time. No one knew then that they would take off in coming years. What happened was that James accidentally spilled coffee on his computer. Although he was able to retrieve it, but he sold most of the parts of the computer. But he got all the information he needed in the hard drive. The hard drive was kept safe in his drawer for some time until he threw it off for unknown reasons. Little did he know that this would be the mistake of a lifetime. When he saw that Bitcoin had taken off, he came to realize his mistake. He started a search for the drive in the city dump. The things went worse, as he was banned from searching due to the possible hazards of disturbing city waste. In 2017, Bitcoin skyrocketed to $19,743. This means that James basically threw away a hard drive worth $148 million. Number 1. Russia sold Alaska to the U.S. Dubbed as the last frontier, Alaska used to belong to Russia. Alexander II was of the thought that the area was of no use. as the rough weather condition made it impossible to have a place to farm and possibility of making it a trade port. Therefore, he sold the colony to the United States for more than $7.2 million in 1867. Little did Russia know that they would regret the decision later. A very few number of Russians had the chance to explore the interior of the land. Otherwise, they would have never made a mistake which was going to cost them money and a lifetime of regret. On the other hand, the United States didn't give them the chance to think and made away with such a huge reward. Turns out, Alaska has an abundance of valuable natural resources such as gold and oil. Now, more than a century and a half later, the rich land is estimated by experts to have an oil and gas reserves worth more than $200 billion alone. We hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.
Most kids spend their time developing and learning skills that will help them land a proper job in the future. But there are some lucky kids who had the privilege of being born wealthy, or who became rich due to their talented skills at a young age. Join us as we share the details of 10 rich kids in the world. Don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Number 10. Jalen Bledsoe. He's a child genius. At a young age of 17, he has founded his own IT company named as Jalen D. Bledsoe Group. The goal of the company is to work with various partners, including celebrities and big brands, to expand their brand. It is valued at more than $3.5 million. Since then, he has also started the Young Entrepreneur University program for teenagers. Through his program, he wants to inspire teenagers to come out and expose themselves to the field of entrepreneurship. The highlight of the company includes working with AT&T and K-Swiss. His company is rapidly growing, and this has led him to be a huge internet sensation. Stated by him in various interviews, his aim in life is to work with celebrities and companies to be the source of main digital strategy and development. Number 9. Elle Fanning. You may know her as Princess Aurora from blockbuster flick Maleficent. Born in 1999, Elle Fanning is among the richest kids in the world. Most of her fortune comes from her endorsements and her acting career. She stepped into the film industry at the very young age of 3, starring in I Am Sam. Her biggest roles to date have been in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Super 8, We Bought a Zoo, and Maleficent. Unlike most of the child actors, she has always been offered mature and meaningful roles due to her acting abilities and height. Her incredible acting skills have earned her various awards, including Hollywood Film Festival Awards and Critics' Choice Award. Owing to her work in various acclaimed and blockbuster films, her net worth is more than $5 million. Number 8. Jaden Smith. Born in 1998, he is the son of famous actor Will Smith. Like his father, most of his fortune comes from making music and starring in films. His debut was in the television series The Pursuit of Happiness, in which he starred alongside his father. He later went on to do independent projects with roles in The Karate Kid and The Day the Earth Stood Still. Coming from an acting background, he was definitely destined to prove his mettle in films. But he went on to pursue a music career. He started his music career by collaborating with Justin Bieber and went on to release his solo album, Sire. His net worth is estimated to be around $8 million. We are excited to know which new paths he will go along for his career that will result in a rise in his fortune. Number 7. Ryan Kaji. If you haven't heard about this little bombshell, then you are living under a rock. Ryan Kaji, better known for his YouTube channel, Ryan Toys Review, is the most popular YouTuber right now. He raked in $22 million in 2018. He was also named the richest YouTuber of 2019. There are no signs of his earnings slowing down any soon. This little toddler is living the life of dreams. Contrary to the belief that he's Filipino, Ryan was born in the US to a Vietnamese mother, Loan Guan, and a Japanese father, Xion Guan. His parents began documenting his toy reviews in March 2015 and have now amassed more than 18 million subscribers. Although his influence is not as huge as other YouTubers, his growing influence on the toy industry doubled his earnings. The family partnered with a couple of other brands and have created their own line of literature and toys. Number 6. Valentina Paloma Pinal. Valentina is a daughter to incredible and billionaire parents, French business tycoon François-Henri Pinal and Hollywood star Selma Hayek. Therefore, we have no doubt that she was destined for a life of fame and fortune. Unlike most of the celebrity kids, she has been in the spotlight since she was born. Being the daughter of talented parents, Valentina is no less talented. Her ancestry being both Mexican and French, she is already fluent in 3 languages, thanks to the amazing upbringing of her parents. Belonging to talented parents, we are yet to know if she will follow the footsteps of her mother and join the film industry, or be a businesswoman and work alongside father. Only time will tell, but even before beginning a proper career, her net worth is already more than $16 million. Number 5. Nick D'Aloisio. This kid truly earned his fortune with hard work. While most of us are trying to figure out the teenage life, he did incredible things at the age of 15. He created an app named Sumly, which condenses the news articles into a format that makes reading quick and easy. To his luck, the app was purchased by Yahoo for a whopping amount of $30 million, which readily made him one of the youngest millionaires overnight. He was also hired as a product manager at Yahoo. At 17, we are pretty sure he would have enough money to retire. But he joined Oxford University to study computer science and philosophy. During these studies, he took up work as an entrepreneur in residence for Airbnb. He also announced that he has an upcoming project, which has already raised $30 million in investments. Definitely exciting stuff to come from a teenager. Number 4. Danilyn Hope Marshall Burkhead. She is the daughter of late Playboy model Anna Nicole Smith and freelance celebrity photographer Larry Burkhead. She has an estimated net worth of $10 million. At the time of her birth, her family was struck by media coverage as her stepbrother passed away. Her mother passed away 5 months after giving birth due to a reported drug overdose. The family got caught in a case as many men came forward claiming to be her father, including American attorney Howard K. Stern, who was Anna Nicole's live-in partner at the time of her death, and personal bodyguard/fitness instructor Alexander Denk. However, it was eventually determined from the results of a DNA paternity test that photographer Larry Burkhead was her real father. As for her fortune, her biological father successfully got her the ownership of her mother's estate. At a young age of 6, she stepped into her mother's shoes and started a career in the field of modeling as she modeled for Guess Kids. She also appeared in many talk shows. Her net worth is reported to be $10 million. Number 3. Moulay Hassan. Born in 2003, Moulay Hassan is the crown prince of Morocco. The major source of his income is because of being a prince. Born as the heir to the Moroccan throne, he is the son of King Mohammed VI and Princess Lala Salma. It was decided upon his birth that he should become king as expected. He would rule as Hassan III of Morocco. He became the center of media attention when he attended the One Planet Summit with his father. This made him an internet sensation. He held himself amazingly while greeting kings from all around the world. He was also the youngest royal to attend the Climate Change Summit. He was appreciated all around the world for his worthy presence at the summit and special engagement at such a young age in the development program. With his strong engagement already being the highlight of various new platforms, he is definitely a royal to look out for. He is definitely a boy with a great mission. He wishes to study aviation after graduation. Still worth more than $1 billion, his fortune will reach higher peaks once he becomes king. Number 2. Phoebe Adele Gates. Phoebe may not be a familiar face for you. Thanks to the low profile and rare public appearances Bill and Melinda Gates prefer to have for their personal lives. Most of the time, her face is concealed from the limelight. Therefore, there is not much information about her life. However, being the youngest daughter of the richest man in the world, she is sure to draw some media attention. She is 16 years old and the youngest child of Bill and Melinda. Even though her father being the richest person in the world, she is still not a spoiled teenager. This is due to the incredible sense of discipline Bill has instilled in his kids. Like the rest of his kids, she was not allowed to have a cell phone till she reached the age of 14. We don't have cell phones at the table when we are having a meal. We didn't give our kids cell phones until they were 14, and they complained other kids got them earlier, he said in an interview. Despite being the youngest, she is still said to be a big beneficiary of her parents' wealth, which they'll pass on. In estimation, she will possibly inherit more than $1 billion of the total fortune. Number 1. Prince George Alexander Louis. Heir to the British throne, Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge is said to have an estimated net worth of more than $2.5 billion. This makes him one of the richest toddlers in the world. Born on July 23, 2013, he is third in line to the British throne after his paternal grandfather and his father, Prince Williams. They have a positive influence on the public and the world as they continue to grow. But what makes this toddler so rich, you may wonder? What is the source of such net worth at a young age? Prince George, being part of a royal family, has to take royal tours, thanks to his parents. The clothes that he wears to events are sure to draw the attention of the general public. Yes, he is already a successful fashion influencer at such a young age. For example, the blue cardigan he wore to visit his newborn sister Charlotte sold out in a day. Same thing happened to the bathrobe and blue slippers he wore to meet Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. This is all due to the George effect, as his influence proves to be a major profit source for the royal family. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, today we're going over the top 10 richest YouTubers of 2020 who are richer than we'll ever be. What a dream it is to be able to make tons of cash in the comfort of your room. But to the richest YouTubers here in 2020, that is their reality. The video streaming site has grown so much since its days of simple video sharing to now, where anyone with the charm and drive to create content can capture the eyes of literally millions, and those of whom can quickly become far richer than we'll ever be with literal millions. The video platform alone was just a starting ground for 2020's richest YouTubers, as they have branched out to other forms of revenue with merchandise, sponsorships, and public appearances to become much richer. Like any good business person, you can't keep yourself in one place. Some of these 10 YouTubers are so rich that they'll give away money to both individuals and charities. In this giveaway, we'll be giving you the top 10 richest YouTubers of 2020 who are richer than we'll ever be. Number 10. David Dobrik, $1.7 million annually. Before coming into the scene, David Dobrik was making content for the now discontinued Vine, where he found some great success. When he eventually came to YouTube in 2014, he started vlogging and quickly launched into stardom. As of now, he has 17.4 million subscribers, proving that vlogging isn't such a bad way of earning cash. Dobrik was part of a group named Second Class on YouTube before becoming the vlogger he is today. His vlogs are mostly comedy, featuring his vlog squad with pranks, other YouTubers, celebrities, and cute animals. Added to that is his own podcast called Views. Dobrik worked outside of YouTube on Nickelodeon as a judge on America's Most Musical Family, appearing in magazines and voice acting for the Angry Birds movie 2. From humble beginnings, Dobrik rose to become one of the most influential social media figures today. Number 9. ZHC, $500,000 to $2 million annually. Zachary Shea is a YouTuber famous for his incredible comic art and his expensive giveaways. ZHC stands for Zachary Shea Comic Art. At the young age of 21, he managed to gain 12.1 million subscribers. Back in 2013, Zach started his channel, but it wasn't until a few years later in 2016 when he uploaded his first how-to video about drawing Spider-Man. His videos mostly consisted of these comic drawings, which eventually evolved into doing art challenges and his giveaways, the most popular being a giveaway of 11 iPhone 11s customized with his art. Not to mention, he and a team of other talented YouTubers customized a Tesla for Mr. Beast. If you're looking for a phone or a pair of shoes with that artistic flavor, get yourself into one of ZHC's giveaways. Number 8. Mr. Beast, $11 million annually. Possibly the most charitable YouTuber, MrBeast is no stranger to giving back to the people. MrBeast, Jimmy Donaldson, began posting at the young age of 13 back in 2012. He was mostly in the shadows before he had that one video that launched him, counting to 100,000. A simple concept that drew many eyes because the video was almost 24 hours long. The video gained tens of thousands of views in a few days, and the rest is history. Apparently, the counting took 40 hours, and he had to cut it down by speeding parts up. Now MrBeast has 35.1 million subs. Along with watching paint dry, trying to break glass using 100 megaphones, and trying to stay underwater for 24 hours, MrBeast has been known to donate large sums of money and cars to streamers and ordinary folk. He and another YouTuber, Mark Rober, raised over $20 million for the Arbor Day Foundation, which will plant a tree for every dollar earned. Number 7. PewDiePie, $13 million annually. At this point, he has pretty much shed the normal YouTuber skin for one of the most famous entertainers right now. Even my parents know who this guy is, and they never watch YouTube. Like many other YouTubers, his following consists of younger folk, but surprisingly has quite the adult following too. Felix has the second most subscribed channel with 104 million subs, with over 4,000 videos. He got so big that he was named one of the world's 100 most influential people in 2016 by Time magazine. He is even said to have an Oprah effect, since sales of a game skyrocket when he plays them on his channel. You wouldn't believe that one of the most famous YouTubers now was holding himself up by selling Photoshop prints and hot dogs before becoming famous. Although known for his Let's Play videos, Felix branched out to do other videos, mostly comedy and meme videos. Along with that, he has tons of merchandise, many guest appearances, tons of sponsor and marketing offers, and has done a bunch of fundraising for various charities. Number 6. Markiplier, $13 million annually. With his pink mustache, Mark Fishbach proves that playing scary video games is not such a bad career. Mark made waves with his Let's Play styled videos, but it was the reactions, personality, and commentary that made Markiplier into a name. Mark started out doing sketch comedy with the channel Syndigo, but he rose to fame playing horror games with plenty of jump scares and funny faces. With a loving personality, he has gathered 25.8 million subs and uploaded over 4,000 videos. Mark has also worked with many other YouTubers like Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps, Egoraptor, and celebrities like Jack Black and Jimmy Kimmel. Mark hosted many live stream events to fundraise for charities where he plays games and his viewers donate. Mark says he and his viewers raised over $3 million in April 2018. He's even won an award from the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Celebrity of the Year. And also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Number 5. KSI, $14.6 million annually. It's a wonder how playing a virtual soccer game could turn someone famous, but KSI has done it. As he grew, his content became more diverse, including vlogging, comedy, music, and boxing. His KSI channel holds 21.4 million subs. He dropped out of college to pursue his YouTube career. After making a small following with his FIFA videos, he went in another direction by doing vlogs and playing other games. Later, he joined a group named Sidemen and began making rap music. KSI even got songs on the top 40 and top 10 charts in the UK. KSI went even further by participating in a few boxing matches, fighting Logan Paul twice. Number 4. Dude Perfect, $20 million annually. Dude Perfect has slam dunked their way to the second most subscribed sports channel and the 12th most subscribed overall. The channel is made up of a group of 5 buddies who are all roommates at the Texas A&M University. Boasting a hefty sub count of 51.1 million, the group uploads videos doing insane world record trick shots along with unique twists on competitive sports. They started off doing trick shots while betting on delicious sandwiches when they decided to record their fun and upload the footage, soon finding popularity. Their videos kept outdoing the last as the stakes for the trick shots became became greater. Celebrities and sports stars like Aaron Rodgers, Paul Rudd, Tim McGraw, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. have done work with them. After reaching such heights, Dude Perfect branched out with a few phone games, a book, and their own show. Work on your aim, and you can make it big. Number 3. Jeffree Star, $20 million annually. With one of the most successful makeup lines available, Jeffree Star is one of the most famous and successful makeup vloggers on the site. Star got a start on his makeup career by attending Hollywood clubs and got hired by celebrities to do their makeup, an interest he found as a child by experimenting with his mom's makeup. Star created a MySpace in which he would promote his music and fashion, and gained a pretty good following with top rankings on the site. He eventually went on to release his own album, Beauty Killer, in 2009, and got to work with other stars like Akon and Kesha. Star left music and started his makeup brand, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, in 2013 and 2014, respectively. The money made from his music career was used to launch the brand, and he promoted it on YouTube through Shane Dawson in a miniseries about Star. Promoting his brand on YouTube led to his channel exploding with 18.2 million subs, and his brand's net worth, thanks to the promotions, is $1.5 billion. If that wasn't enough, he also owns 10 other businesses. Number 2. Logan Paul, $21.5 million annually. Once the subject of great controversy, Logan Paul managed to jump back up and branch out to other means of income. Besides doing his usual YouTube videos, Logan runs his Impulsive podcast with over 1 million followers, has acted in several films and shows, and boxed with KSI, as mentioned before. Like many of YouTubers, Logan got his start on Vine, making comedic shorts which got lots of attention. It's also well known that he and his brother Jake have been the center of some controversy, including their poor behavior and rude comments. Then came the Japanese forest incident. This led to his channel getting some heavy restrictions and his projects being put on halt. Once the outrage calmed down, Logan came back to do his boxing matches with KSI, which gathered a lot of attention and seemingly lots of pay-per-view revenue as well. Number 1. Ryan's World, $26 million annually. Who says only grown-ups make millions? Apparently not Ryan Kaji, star of the channel Ryan's World. Ryan turns 8 this year in May, making him one of the youngest, richest YouTubers. As you could expect, Ryan does toy reviews and vlogging. Not only does he get money for reviewing toys, the dream job of any kid, he started his own brand line of toothbrushes and toothpaste found at Walmart. Of course, a child isn't going to know how to handle sponsorships and businesses, so his parents signed a deal with a child media startup named Pocket Watch to handle that. With a new video almost every day, Ryan has 25.1 million subs. His video, Huge Egg Surprise Toys Challenge, has almost 2 billion views this month and became part of the top 50 most viewed videos on YouTube. Not bad for an 8-year-old with his own video game title. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss a video from us. Check out this playlist of our videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Today we're going to go over the 10 most extraordinary homes in the world. Make sure to watch until the end to see the entire coverage of the video. Throughout the world, there are some of the most extraordinary homes. Whether a mansion, a penthouse, or an entire lot, some very wealthy people have built some of the most extraordinary homes in the world. These extraordinary homes in the world usually also come with some pretty crazy and incredible amenities. It's hard to imagine what it's like living in the most extraordinary homes in the world, but it is definitely fun to try. Here are the 10 most extraordinary homes in the world. Number 10. The Manor. The Manor holds the title as both the largest and most expensive home in Los Angeles County. This massive house was originally owned by Bing Crosby, the American singer, comedian, and actor throughout the 30s. However, the house was razed to the ground in 1980 1988 when producer Aaron Spelling bought it. Spelling is the single most prolific producer in television history. His career includes the shows Charlie's Angels, Love Boat, Beverly Hills 90210, and Seventh Heaven. All this and more gave him a net worth of well over $600 million, so it is no surprise that he was able to afford rebuilding the manor. When he rebuilt it, he created 123 rooms, which included a screen room, gym, bowling alley, 4 two-car garages, a tennis court, several pools, a parking lot that could accommodate 100 cars, and 16 carports. In addition, 3 rooms were solely for wrapping presents, because apparently he was quite the giver. This house was so outrageous that it became quite controversial among the neighbors, who were mad that their mansions now looked small in comparison. In 2006, Spelling passed away, and the house was sold to socialite Petra Stunt, who at the time was only 23 years old. The listing price was $150 million, the highest in LA history at the time. Number 9. Bel Air Spec Manor. The Bel Air Spec Manor is incredible for its size and location, but what truly makes it stand out from other mansions is its amenities. It took 4 years for real estate legend Bruce Makowsky and a team of 300 to renovate this property. When they finished in 2017, it went on the market for $250 million. Makowsky got the inspiration for the house while riding on a mega yacht that had a price tag similar to the Bel Air Spec Mansion he'd eventually build. The manor was designed with a new class of billionaire in mind. Now let's get to those incredible amenities. The house comes with $30 million worth of luxury cars, a priceless art collection, a 4-lane bowling alley, custom-built glass pool tables, foosball tables, ping pong tables, a candy wall, and most impressive of all, a 30-foot wide television, which is the largest residential television in the world. This TV is also in an unbelievable location. It is placed at the end of the infinity pool that overlooks Los Angeles. Makowsky must have really loved television because he also included one of the most advanced home theaters ever built. This included a $2 million James Bond-themed screening room that has over 40 reclining seats made from handcrafted Italian leather and face a 22-foot screen. The sound system has 57 speakers and 16 subwoofers. You truly get the full movie experience in this theater. The 4K projector comes preloaded with 7,000 movies as well as loads of games. This type of house definitely needs a lot of care, so Makowsky agreed that as part of the price he would pay for the home's full-time staff. This staff is comprised of 7 professionals, including a chef and a masseuse. But despite all the cool amenities and the inclusion of a staff in the price, Makowsky has had a hard time finding a buyer. Number 8. Fairfield Pond. This Hamptons estate is a total of 110,000 square feet and technically includes 4 different houses. The main house has 29 bedrooms and 39 bathrooms. It also includes a basketball court, movie theater, and bowling alley. If you love water, this home is definitely for you. There's 3 swimming pools and miles of private shoreline. To top that off, there is a hot tub that is valued at more than $150,000. The Fairfield Pond is owned by junk bonds billionaire Ira Rennert, who bought it for only $100 million. However, the property taxes alone are $650,000 every year. He then underwent a massive reconstruction project that caused a lot of beef in the neighborhood. Many neighbors threatened to take him to court, but the reconstruction did more than double the home's value, as it is now listed at $250 million. Number 7. The Pinnacle. The Pinnacle Mansion is located in Montana, directly beneath a ski resort called Rampage Mountain. It has a total of 10 bedrooms. Although Montana gets pretty cold, the owners of this home don't need to worry about getting cold in the winter. The house has heated floors and a fireplace in every single bathroom. The Pinnacle also comes with a wine cellar, a massage room, and a gym. This is the perfect lodge mansion for winter vacations. Not much else is known about the property, however. Its owner has made several headlines with his scandals. Tim Blixham is known for defrauding banks and selling fraudulent software to the US military back in 2007. After that scandal, he was still worth $1.3 billion, but had to declare bankruptcy in 2014 after several very messy divorces. The Pinnacle is still in his name, but if he ends up having to sell it, it is valued at $155 million. Number 6. Uptown Court. The English were inspired by California when designing the Uptown Court home. It is a beautiful California-style mansion located in Windlesham, England. It features some of the best amenities in any privately owned home in the world. Along with its 103 rooms and 24 bedrooms, the house features a fully automated 2-lane bowling alley, 5 swimming pools, which of course includes a trendy infinity pool, a squash court, a floodlit tennis court, a wine cellar that has the capacity of 3,000 bottles, and if all of these amenities have you out of breath, don't worry. The house also includes a panic room. The Uptown Court is also in an amazing location as it sits on 58 acres of landscape gardens in Woodland. The designers of this home thought of everything. Even the roads at Uptown Court are impressive. One enters the home by driving on the $3 million heated marble driveway. You have to be very wealthy not to just buy this home, but to live in it. The annual operating cost of the mansion is more than $3 million. It was last sold for $139 million. And also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to slap a like on the video. It'll be very much appreciated. Number 5. Hearst Castle. In San Simeon, California, sits this beautiful Spanish Revival style home. It was built in 1919 by newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst. The Hearst family owns hundreds of publications, including Cosmopolitan and Esquire, and major networks such as A&E and ESPN. Once William Hearst had accumulated his wealth, he bought this home to host what some call the most legendary parties of the 1920s and 30s. I wonder if Gatsby's parties were at all influenced by him. However, his parties were very exclusive, and guests included Charlie Chaplin, Cary Grant, the Marx Brothers, Greta Garbo, Clark Gable, James Stewart, Bob Hope, and even Calvin Coolidge, Franklin Roosevelt, and Winston Churchill. The house certainly had room for all these stars and more. The Hearst Castle contains 56 bedrooms, 61 bathrooms, and 19 sitting rooms. It also has 127 acres of gardens, tennis courts, a movie theater, and an airfield. It has both indoor and outdoor swimming pools, but the most famous of the swimming pools is the Neptune pool that is surrounded by a full Roman temple. You can actually swim in this pool, but at a very hefty price. Craziest of all, it also had the world's largest private zoo zebras and other exotic animals that still roam the grounds of the property to this day. The house is valued at $191 million. Number 4. The Penthouse. This home is one of the most impressive in the world, but differs from the other homes on our list. The Penthouse is actually a $200 million apartment located in Hyde Park in London. Why does it cost so much? This home is 2 stories with floor-to-ceiling windows. It has its own parking lot, access to a host of spas and squash courts, and it has a tunnel leading directly to TV chef Heston Blumenthal's only London restaurant. This tunnel comes with some privileges. Chef Blumenthal and his staff are on call for room service 24/7. This home is very secure because it comes with a security system straight out of a sci-fi movie. Whoever lives here might be either quite famous or wanted, considering the owners have remained completely anonymous. Number 3. Cap Ferrat Mansion. The Cap Ferrat Mansion is super exclusive as it is located in Saint Jean Cap Ferrat in the French Riviera. This is one of the most valuable properties in the world as it contains 3 homes that are each valued at about 70 million euros. That means that this entire property is worth about $410 million. Although 2 of the homes are intended to be just guest houses, they still include 9 bedrooms, a private terrace, and a swimming pool. One never needs to leave this property as it includes a nightclub with a full bar, a fully functioning spa with a steam room, massage areas, a hot tub, and of course, an infinity pool overlooking the Mediterranean. Number 2. Villa Leopolda. Even though the Cap Ferrat Mansion is one of the most expensive properties in the world, it is still not the highlight of the French Riviera. The Villa Leopolda is located in the vacation district of Villefranche-sur-Mer. This Pella Park-era mansion sits on 18 acres of land, making it bigger than the Cap Ferrat Mansion. It has 12 pools, and the main house contains 19 deluxe bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, and it has antique furniture. When sitting out on the terraces, you see the house has sports courts. For more entertainment, you can go inside to find a bowling alley and movie theater. The Villa Leopolda also contains a lot of history, since it was built in 1929 for Belgian King Leopold II and was passed down to the next Belgian king until World War II. This history is present in the house, as it contains old period artwork. It was then converted into a military hospital, but in 2008, Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov was able to buy the home for $370 million. Number 1. Antilla. At number 1 comes the most expensive and the tallest residential home in the world. Antilla is a 27-story home that has 600 full-time staff. Surprisingly, this house is only for the Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani and his family of 5. The home comes with 3 helipads on the roof and an entire floor just for Ambani's cars. With this many cars, he also needs 6 separate floors just for parking. The home also has a health floor, which includes a jacuzzi and an indoor pool. Antilla also has an ice room, which is where the family can experience snow indoors. If they get tired of the snow, there's also 4 dedicated rooms for hanging gardens where they can relax. The Antilla is valued at well over $1 billion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss a video from us. Check out this playlist of our videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey everybody! Today we're going over the top 10 most expensive houses in the world you wouldn't believe existed. One great fantasy we've all had from time to time is dreaming about being in a luxury house with any and everything to meet your needs. These expensive houses we'll be going over come from all around the world with features you wouldn't believe were possible. It's almost like you can live there without ever having to leave, probably because some of these unbelievably expensive houses of the world need a whole staff to maintain them. From old to new, these 10 houses most definitely cost an arm, a leg, and probably the rest of you too. But as long as you have a couple million, go for it. As we get into the top 10 most expensive houses in the world you wouldn't believe, don't lose yourself on the tour across these huge and expensive homes. Number 10. 18 and 19 Kensington Gardens, $128 million. Starting off in West London, we come to one of the most refined areas this city has to offer, Billionaires Row. A quick guess suggests this place was made for the wealthy. The home is owned by an Indian businessman named Lakshmi Mittal, who is the CEO of the largest steel manufacturer, ArcelorMittal. The house was built in the 19th century, which originally was two houses that were connected later by David Khalili. Many famous people have owned the house, such as the Rothschilds, and not to mention who Mr. Mittal's two neighbors are, Prince William and Kate Middleton. This house has 12 bedrooms, an indoor pool, and a 20-car parking garage. May sound like overkill, but that's nothing compared to the other houses down the list. Number 9. Palazzo d'Amore, $129 million. Not including an expensive house from California would be ridiculous. In the Beverly Hills, we come up to the next house, Palazzo d'Amore, which is owned by the real estate billionaire Jeff Green. Back in 2014, it was worth around $195 million. The huge house has a total of 53,000 square feet, almost an entire football field. Within this square footing, we'll find 12 bedrooms, 23 bathrooms, just in case you can't hold it in very well, a giant entertainment spot with a bowling alley, a fancy movie theater for up to 50 people, a disco room with a revolving floor for that extra craziness, waterfalls, a grand reflecting pool, and gardens for winemaking, with an added wine cellar, of course. This one seems like the ultimate party house. Breakdancing on a spinning floor? What a great night that would be. Number 8. Ellison Estate, $200 million. Staying in California, we now go to Woodside, to the Ellison Estate, but it has a cultural twist to it. The Ellison Estate was designed to feel like a Japanese emperor palace at the request of Larry Ellison, founder of the database software Oracle. Ellison is even known to be a real estate collector, having 12 properties in Malibu under his ownership. This particular estate is a grand 23 acres that has not just several separate structures, but 10 different ones on the land. It's almost like a tiny village complete with a man-made lake and koi pond. Sticking to the Japanese theme, Ellison had a tea house and a bathhouse built into the estate as well, making for an extremely comfortable home. You may also not be surprised that the trees around the estate are also some of the most expensive ones out there, including maple, cherry blossoms, oak, and redwoods. Number 7. Fairfield Pond, $248 million. Of course, we also can't leave out New York on this list with its Fairfield Pond. Owned by Ira Rennert, owner of the Renault Group, Fairfield is not only incredibly expensive, it's one of the largest homes in the US, being 62,000 square feet and with over 63 acres right on the beach. Once again, the estate has multiple houses on the property, which sits one giant house and a few smaller ones. Preparing a big sleepover is no worry since it has 29 bedrooms and 39 bathrooms. How about big family dinners? Well, you could invite dozens of families over with the 91-foot-long dining room. Might have to wait a while for the mashed potatoes to make it all the way to you. And to work it all out, head to the playroom with a basketball court, bowling alley, a couple of squash and tennis courts, and a billiards room. Gotta do it big here in the US. Number 6. Odeon Tower Penthouse, $330 million. Maybe a house isn't your style and you prefer to live on top of an apartment complex with a gorgeous penthouse. Look no further than the Odeon Tower penthouse. In one of the richest countries in the world, the most expensive penthouse is located in Monaco, on top of one of the most expensive buildings there. It has an excellent view of the mountains and the city below, which could also be enjoyed slipping down a water slide into the infinity pool on the roof, giving you a 360-degree view of the landscape. At nights, turn the roof into a party with the dance floor. All that fun is not limited to the roof, however. It also has 5 other floors with a gym, beautiful bathrooms, an indoor pool, a private theater, and a private elevator. If you want to feel on top of the world, this is the place for you. And also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Number 5. Villa Le Cèdre, $450 million. In an interesting piece of history from France, the Villa Le Cèdre is a house fit for a king. King Leopold II of Belgium owned this beautiful house back in 1904. The house is much older, being built in 1830 and bought later by the mayor of Villefranche-sur-Mer. At that time, it was just a simple olive tree farm. Some olive trees over 300 years old still stand there. The estate was eventually sold to Leopold II, who then expanded the property and the garden. The once olive tree farm, with an 18,000 square foot house, now contains 35 acres of garden, 14 rooms, a stable that fits 30 horses, and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And maybe if you're looking for some good books to kill time, head to its library with over 3,000 books. Number 4. The One, $500 million. We're back in California in Bel Air for The One. Such a grand name for the most expensive house in the US. The house easily comes close to about 2 football fields at 100,000 square feet. This monster house looks over the city life of downtown and the ocean. The One has recently been put on the market after 7 years in the making, thanks to Skyline Development. To make up for such hard work, the house includes tons of features, like a game room, a theater for 24 people, 2 pools, gym, library, spa, wine cellar, and a workshop. Got family coming over? Just move them into the guest house, complete with 3 bedrooms and a spa and pool of its own. Go clubbing? Sure, just visit the nightclub held within the home. And don't worry about the parking, there's a spacious garage that holds 20 cars. Number 3. Villa Leopolda, $750 million. We visit another home owned by King Leopold II, Villa Leopolda, owned now by Lily Safra, widow to Brazilian banker Edmond Safra. This beautiful, big home takes us to the French Alps in the Côte d'Azur region. The house is also sort of a superstar, being used as a location in the Alfred Hitchcock film To Catch a Thief and in the film The Red Shoes. With over 50 acres of land, this house has 11 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms. There are many greenhouses holding rare tropical plants as well. The property was pieced together from the existing structures there by Ogden Codman Jr., completing it in 1931. A helipad is included in the house for when you get lost in the huge garden, and has an additional guest house said to be a mansion of its own. A pool party here would be great because of the huge pool and an outdoor kitchen. Number 2. Antilia, $1 billion. That's right, $1 billion. The second most expensive house in the world is more like a skyscraper than a home. It has 27 stories, but with the rooms being doubled in size, it's actually 40 to 60 stories high. That is literally having a New York building as your entire home. This tall house lives in Mumbai, India, within one of the most expensive addresses in the world, Altamount Road. Though located in India, the house was built by 2 Chicago-based firms, Perkins & Will and Hirsch Bender Association. This extraordinary house belongs to India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani of Reliance Industries Limited, a Fortune Global 500 company. It would be no surprise that a house with 400,000 square feet would hold so many things like a theater, 3 helipads, a temple, guest rooms, an ice cream parlor, and a 168-car garage that takes up 6 floors alone.
Feeling hot? Go into the snow room, which generates man-made snow for a winter in the summer. It's so big that the family needs a staff of 600 workers to maintain it. Oh, and to add to the craziness, it can take a magnitude 8 earthquake. Number 1. Buckingham Palace, $1.55 billion to $2 billion. Probably the most famous house in the world. The British royal house started out as a garden for King James I, but then John Sheffield, the Duke of Buckingham, decided to purchase the garden in 1698 and built a house. King George III made it into his own private residence when Sheffield passed. However, it was still just a home, so his son, George IV, made renovations to make it into the gigantic palace that stands today. Though the royal family lives in the palace, they do not really own it. The monarch, in this case Queen Elizabeth, owns it. Despite that, the palace is literally compared to a city because of how big it is, having 775 rooms and 78 bathrooms. You wouldn't need to leave this place since you have a post office, doctor's office with a surgery room, a movie theater, indoor pool, ATMs, cafeteria, and way too many things to count here. You will also find the Queen's corgis running around, being all cute and fluffy. It also makes a nice tourist attraction where you can peek into the throne room. Talk about the royal treatment. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss a video from us. Check out this playlist of our videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Kim Jong-un has been the supreme leader of North Korea since 2011, and since then, he has spent billions of dollars. From gifts to cars, he spends billions on everything and anything he wants. Most North Koreans don't make very much, yet they see their leader Kim Jong-un spending billions. But how does he spend billions exactly? This is how Kim Jong-un spends billions. Number 10. Imported liquor and food. Local liquor in North Korea is actually cheap and very available, but it apparently doesn't meet Kim Jong-un's taste. He reportedly spends on average of $30 million a year importing liquors. Don't worry, it's not just for him though. He shares it with his elite circle. He prefers whiskey and cognac, but not just any whiskey and cognac. His favorite brands are Hennessy, which can cost up to $2,145 for the best bottle, Bordeaux wine, and Crystal Champagne, of course. He also has fine taste when it comes to food. He loves to have very worldly meals. He imports pork from Denmark, caviar from Iran, melon from China, Kobe beef from Japan, coffee from Brazil, and cheese from Sweden. He apparently loves Sweden cheese to the point that he once ate so much of it, he had to step away from the public eye for some time. Number 9. Gifts for his wife. Kim Jong-un doesn't just spoil himself and his close circle of elite. He also loves to spoil his wife. Aw. He married Ri Sol-jun in 2009 and has since used state funds to buy her glamorous gifts like a Christian Dior handbag. The bag cost $1,457 in the Regent Shopping Center. Unfortunately, this is not seen as something sweet in North Korea. The problem with him spoiling his wife with such handbags is that the annual income of an average North Korean is only $1,800. So you can see where people might be a little upset. In addition, she isn't the only one he is spoiling. He also has spent $3.5 million on foreign lingerie for his pleasure squad. Number 8. Admiration of cinema. Kim Jong-un has an impressive collection of 2,000 movies on DVD. The interesting part of this collection is that it is actually illegal to import films into North Korea, and most of his collection are films from the West. He likes some American classics like Rambo, Godzilla, and Friday the 13th. He doesn't just watch these movies on any old TV. Kim has his own private luxury cinema. His private theater has 1,000 seat capacity, probably for him and his close circle of elites. It is estimated that this theater costs $200,000. Even though home theaters have become a popular thing in wealthy American homes, this cost is still higher than the average home theater. He has staff constantly working in the theater, and no private theater would be complete without constant freshly buttered popcorn. Number 7. Entertainment. Kim Jong-un definitely never wants to get bored. He has a wide range of hobbies in order to accomplish that. He has carried his father's legacy of maintaining top-quality private golf courses. And this isn't a cheap hobby by any means. To develop an average full-size golf course cost about $3 million, and then an additional $500,000 to maintain it each year. Besides golf, he's also into thoroughbred racehorses. He takes this hobby very seriously too, and doesn't skim on the budget for training facilities and upkeeping his thoroughbred horses. It's reported that 20% of the state's budget is spent on just that. That is no small number. North Korea's last publicly shared budget in 2008 was $62 million. If you don't want to do the math, that's $12.4 million just for the upkeep of the animals and their facilities. Another way he keeps entertained is by apparently buying very expensive pianos. Why have one piano when you can have over 3 dozen pianos? According to Time, each of his pianos can cost up to $64,451. He must be quite the pianist. Number 6. Love of basketball. Kim Jong-un is a huge basketball fan. His favorite team seems to be the Harlem Globetrotters. And what do you do when you have loads of money and a favorite basketball team? You pay them to visit your country and play for you. His love for basketball has led him to have many basketball celebrities as friends. One of his close friends is NBA player Dennis Rodman, who has visited North Korea many times. It's nice being friends with Kim because he treats you to fine dining experiences, serving you only the highest quality food and drink he can import. Rodman enjoyed these visits so much, he once decided to bring Kim's favorite team, the Harlem Globetrotters, with him. During this trip, the Harlem Globetrotters played an exhibition game in Pyongyang against North Korean players, which ended in a 110-point tie. The tie was probably for the best. I doubt Kim would have wanted to see the US win the game. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to slap a like on the video. Number 5. Air Force Un. Don't let his stern exterior fool you. Kim Jong-un loves a good pun. He bought a private jet and named it Air Force Un, a punny reference to the United States presidential aircraft Air Force One. Nothing like a good punny jab, I guess. Liking the finer things, he had to add some luxurious touches to his private jet. He added leather couches and crystal ashtrays for his designer cigarettes. That's right, he doesn't just smoke any brand of cigarettes, but French designer ones. In case you were wondering, his favorites are Yves Saint Laurent, which sells for $44 a pack. Anyways, back to the jet. With his luxurious touches, it's estimated that it cost him around $1.5 million. But a custom-fitted private jet wasn't enough for Kim. Too many people have those. He also spent hundreds of thousands to build himself private runways from his multiple palaces because who likes that long ride to the airport? Number 4. Expensive cars. Kim Jong-un always travels in luxury, so it's no surprise that aside from his custom-fitted private jet, he also owns hundreds of luxury cars. After all, it is said that Kim was a child prodigy that learned to drive at the age of 3. Or at least that is what is taught in the North Korean schools, according to the Telegraph report. Of course, he has a favorite brand, which is Mercedes-Benz. Since Kim is not the most liked person, and he is aware of that, he has invested a lot in armored cars for state visits. His custom luxury Benz S600 is valued at $1.7 million because of the protection tech he was equipped with. What's interesting about him having these luxury cars is that in 2006, at the request of George W. Bush's administration, the United Nations imposed a sanction to keep luxury goods out of North Korea. Seems like Kim has found a way around this sanction, and the UN has definitely noticed as they see pictures of Kim stepping out of his Mercedes-Benz limousines and his Rolls-Royce Phantom limousine. Number 3. Yacht. Air and land are not the only way Kim Jong-un travels in style. He also takes to sea in a luxurious way with his custom-designed yacht. His yacht is 200 feet and has been described by Dennis Rodman as a cross between a ferry and a Disney boat. This is a top-of-the-line Princess 95 MY yacht that Kim has decked out in Fendi interior. It is valued at $8 million. This is another purchase that could have been an infringement of the UN sanction of luxury goods. Another controversy with this yacht is that an updated version of the same yacht, the Princess 98 MY, that sells at $8.7 million, is eerily similar to Kim's. It even comes with an interior design exclusively by Italian handbag designer Fendi. This identical yacht makes the purchase and shipping of Kim's Princess very difficult to track. However, the newer 98MY version is not yet available to buy in Asia, and only a few have been built. Number 2. Security. Kim Jong-un knows he isn't very well liked, and has also become paranoid about people going after him. At one point, he believed that the United States CIA and South Korea intelligence agency had played together to get him. Apparently, they paid a lumberjack $20,000 to get Kim Jong-un with a radioactive and nanopoisonous substances. The scare led him to increase his already intense security. He now has a team of a dozen martial artists who have become famous due to a video that showed them jogging alongside his car. They seem to appear every time his limo slows down, and run in a way that gives them a 360 view around Kim. One of the criteria for becoming one of these security guards is height, but not in the sense you might be thinking. They actually cannot stand taller than him. He also has 90,000 soldiers to defend him personally. He always flies with 2 decoy jets, so no one knows which one he's in. Number 1. Private toilet. If you're as rich as Kim Jong-un, why would you ever use a public restroom? Kim makes sure to bring his own private toilet wherever he goes. When he travels around, there is always a separate vehicle that serves as his mobile toilet. Jeffrey Lewis, a Daily Beast columnist, even pointed out a gold-colored porta potty in the background of a photo of Kim. It would be no surprise if his private toilet was also made out of gold. He even brought this personal toilet with him when he went to Singapore to meet with President Trump. Some people believe this private toilet is not because of a fear of public restrooms, but more of a safety precaution. He doesn't want any intelligence agencies to attempt to glean information about his health. Or maybe with all the sweet and cheese he eats, he needs some restroom privacy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss a video from us.